All right, thank you so much. The program is still this morning on ITV on independent television. Now, the media, if you talk about the media now, the social media, the print media, and if you like, any form of media as far as politics is concerned in Nigeria for quite some time now has been agog with activities relating to the 2023 presidential election. But the most recent of it all is the choice that the All Progressives Congress has made, talking about the running mates for the presidential ticket to Ahmed Bola Tinubu, one-time governor in Lagos State. Now, for most people, there's nothing wrong in making a choice, except the fact that the kind of choice that you make matters a lot, most especially when you are looking at Nigeria, the kind of religious sensitivity, you may want to say now, that seems to have crept into the Nigerian polity most recently. Now, there are reactions and counter-reactions, and we're going to be extracting some of the reactions that are truly the choice of Kashim Shettima, one-time governor of Borno State, to be the running mate to Ahmed Bola Tinubu, one-time Lagos State governor, as president and vice presidential candidates for the 2023 presidential election with the All Progressives Congress. As a matter of fact, we understand that one of the first persons that made his reaction is a major chieftain in the APC. We're talking about the vice president, Professor Yemi Oshibanjo, who is not too happy with the choice. And we also understand that Christians in the APC, northern Christians in the APC, are also making the reactions. Now, what does this portend for the All Progressives election as we draw close to the 2023 presidential election? That's what we're going to be looking at today, and also explain some of the reactions. Well, to do justice to all this this morning, we are so privileged to have two guests, but we have one of them here with us now. We're talking about Alhaji Amin Alaho. He's an Islamic cleric and also a public affairs analyst. So you're welcome to the program this morning on ITV. All right, so we're expecting Dr. Lugat Sado. He's going to be here any moment from now so that he can bear his mind on some of the issues that we are going to be talking. And of course, I've got my co-anchor, Daniel Praise Sadebane, also with me.
And I think it's not a place to say Baraka de Salawa.
All right, so Alhaji, as we hit the topic this morning, now, what is your major reaction, when you heard about this choice? How did you feel about it?
I feel okay. I do not have any. There is no cause for alarm as far as I'm concerned, because this is an election, and we have Nigeria is not a one-party state, and we have more than a party. And when you talk of democracy, it is the government of the people, by the people, for the people. It's a game of numbers.
Okay.
And so now there are competing political parties for the exalted office of the president of this nation. And so when we are going to the field, each party is interested in how to win an election, generally. And so a political party has made a choice of Muslim ticket. We have others who have made choices of Muslim Christian tickets. So it's left for the electorates to exercise their franchise and now elect candidates of their choice. In fact, instead of, it shouldn't be a matter of alarm. In fact, it should be a matter of jubilation for those who felt, oh, you mean APC are taking Muslim tickets? Oh, God don't catch them. We will deal with them. When we have Christians and Muslims, you are so bold to pick Muslim tickets. I'll get my PVC and vote you out. If you come for jubilation, that you have already lost. So that's their own choice, because we have other parties that you can actually vote for, that has the Muslim Christian ticket. Let's teach them a lesson that next time, do not pick a Muslim ticket. So it's not cause for alarm.
In your opening, you say you are okay with their decision. I mean, don't you think it will send the wrong signal to the Christian community?
Okay, now coming to that issue of signal. You see, in the words of Bishop Kuka, he said a lot of things. That election is all about team selection. And that you are trying to get votes. So you think of the candidate that will make you win the election. And eventually, at the tail end of the speech, he said that there is no guarantee that all Christians will vote for Christian candidates. And there is no guarantee that all Muslims will vote for Muslim candidates. So we are the ones trying to blow this thing out of proportion. You see, let us come to reality. Who is a Muslim? Who is a Christian? We ask, okay, who are the practicing Muslims? Who are the practicing Christians? We have reduced religion to something else. A Muslim is someone, is an Arabic word, is someone who submits to the will of God. Islam is an Arabic word, which means somebody who submits to the will of God. And if you look at what Jesus Christ is saying, Matthew 7:21, Jesus said, not everyone that says unto me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of God, but he that does the will of my Father who is in heaven. Even in Matthew 35, everyone say, your mothers and brothers are seeking you. Jesus said, who are my mothers and brothers? That whosoever does the will of God is my mother, is my brother, is my sister. So, it was, so Jesus Christ was emphasizing doing the will of God. Okay. Islam means submission to the will of God. A Muslim means somebody does the will of God. So if you are talking of, I'm coming, sir. If you are talking of the real meaning, who is a Muslim, who is a Christian, you find it difficult to distinguish. But what you now have now, the question is, do we have Muslims who are really doing the will of God? Do we have Christians who are really doing the will of God? Do we not have Muslims who are adulterers and fornicators and stealing and engaging in bandits and kidnapping? Do you not have Christians who are doing the same? Who are adulterers and fornicators are doing the same? So hardly will you even see in this country, Nigeria, you cannot even see 70% practicing Muslims and practicing Christians.
Okay, now Alhaji, at the risk of not trying to philosophize the whole issue, because ultimately we worship God. It's God that all of us reverence. The Muslim, the Christian, it's all God Almighty. You know, but let's look at it more, you know, critically now.
Okay.
The situation is this. In your opening speech, you said every political party borders or try to strategize on how best to win election.
Yes.
It's on the papers this morning. Perhaps you've not seen the papers, how the Christians in the APC are making their reactions and how they are threatening that they are leaving the APC because of the choice of a Muslim, you know, a vice presidential candidate. For them, it seems that they are not given a fair share, you know, of them being represented as Christians. That is one. Now, on the other hand, do you think the APC, are you seeing the APC as thinking right as far as the election is concerned?
You see, I've already addressed this in my earlier opening remark, that it shouldn't be cause for alarm, it should be cause for jubilation for those who are against it. Oh, you mean you are so bold to choose Muslim ticket when we have Muslims and Christians in this country? Oh, we vote you out. I've already said it before. So if the aggrieved Christians are pulling out of APC, fine.
Are you saying that APC knows this and they are going ahead and doing it instead of abiding with it?
You see, you are saying I was sounding philosophical now. Let us play down on religion. In those states we have Christian tickets. Muslims have not packed their luggages and left. You have so in other states too, Ekiti, Osho states. So what's the big deal about the Muslim? You see, the President Catholic Bishop Conference of Nigeria, Haigama, he made very wonderful remarks about Kashim Shettima, the governor of Borno State.
Borno State, the former governor.
Former governor of Borno State. Yeah. He said the place of worship, the churches that were destroyed by Boko Haram, he put them back in order. As a Muslim, that there is always fair share between the Muslims and the Christians. That if you come to see him, there is no law protocol. He will be the one to welcome you. He is very, very humble.
Yeah, but what we are looking
at. So if a Catholic bishop is saying, oh, this man is good, in fact, what you have seen about him is good, that he treats Muslims and Christians fairly, that is all we need.
Even the CAN chairman in Borno State also praised the choice of Kashim Shettima.
Yes.
Because he tried to look at his antecedents, his gains
Yes.
when he was governor of Borno State.
Yes.
But again, some persons are also criticizing his choice because they're trying to look at, okay, it was when he was governor of Borno State that the issue of Chibok girls came up. He couldn't do anything as the sitting governor of the state. How come we're having him as a vice presidential candidate now? How much will he do? Now, they are looking at the insecurity situation at hand. For them, they would rather go with the choice of a Muslim Christian or a Christian Muslim.
You see, as I said before, you have a choice. In fact, these are just presidential and vice presidential candidates. They have not been elected. They have not been elected as president or vice presidents. And if at all they now become elected as president and vice president, we should be interested in Almighty God assisting us to solve our problems in this country. Because, and whether we like it or not, those who will rule the country from now till 1 million years to come, if God be existing, they have been listed by Almighty God. And there is nothing anybody can do about it.
Are you saying that? Are you saying the electorate?
Yes.
There was a sense of the election.
Thank you very much. You see, the electorate will play theirs, but the will of God will prevail. Let me give you an example. Governor Yaya Bello of Ogun State. You know what happened? The person that contested the election won the election, but he died. And when he died, the deputy governor says, no, I should be the one to step in. The party says, no, we are not choosing you. We are choosing somebody else now to be the governor. You can see work of God. So he won the election, but he did not rule.
But let's go back to the APC now. There's a little cause of concern.
Yes.
The vice president, who is one of the chieftain of the party,
yes,
has expressed his displeasure.
Yes.
And some party members are already backing off, like Senator Ishaku now of Adamawa State.
Yes.
He's actually saying he's backing out of the campaign team.
Yes.
All right, we've seen a lot of backlash
Yes.
for the choice of Shettima.
Yes.
So don't you think it's going to cause a serious crack in the APC?
Whatever it causes in the APC, this is their cup of tea. I've said so before, that okay, so it shouldn't be any cause for alarm for Nigerians. Rather, it should be cause for jubilation for those who don't like the choice they have made.
But okay, but the reason why Nigerians are reacting is that the APC is the ruling party as it were now. And, you know, in our elections, whether we like it or not, there's power of incumbency. A power of incumbency cannot be washed away, you know, by just one strike.
Now, just saying that.
The position that the APC stands in this election is very, very significant, just as the way other political parties are too. But the concern is that as one of the major parties in this election, it shouldn't be a one-sided religious, you know,
now, you see, let's go in. Let's come to reality. We have a constitution in Nigeria, and the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria does not forbid a Christian ticket or a Muslim ticket. The argument will have been sound if this is against the constitution. This is unconstitutional. Nobody has said so.
Yeah, but the constitution supports equity and fairness.
I'm coming.
Yeah.
The drafters, it is not inequitable for us to have a Christian as we have in Edo State, and it cannot be.
No,
I'm coming.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It cannot be inequitable for us to have Muslim or Christian at the federal level. As far as that's my own opinion, because it is not against the provisions of the constitution. You see, why we need to put down on religion? At a particular time, we have the missionaries came. They have missionary schools, and then at the rest of the Islamic faith, to attend missionary schools, you must be a Christian and bear a Christian name. But today, Muslims are still existing. So the issue of somebody trying to Christianize Nigeria can't be possible. You cannot also Islamize Nigeria. It is not going to be possible. It's not possible. You see, now, religion should be used positively and not negatively. For example, now, this may lead to also, you know, Muslims, we have Muslims in this country. There is no yearning for, let us have Fridays as work-free day. Despite that, we have Sunday as work-free day. In our hospitals, we have the sign of the cross.
Which is accepted worldwide.
As Muslims, do not believe that Jesus died on the cross. I'm a Muslim, I'm in this country. Nobody has carried placard over that. You see, so, in fact, Muslims speak the Bible language. The baby is christened. The genesis of the matter. The Good Samaritan. These are all biblical languages which you speak. You see, when you try to separate Islam from Christianity, That is the problem we have. Because if you look at those who are following Jesus Christ today, those who are following Muhammad today, in terms of practice, not name, let me tell you, how did Jesus pray? Matthew 26:39, he fell on his face to pray. Muslims fall on their face to pray. Christians don't do that. Even the hijab matter, I think a lot of controversies. Oh, they are trying to Islamize Nigeria. Why should they do that? In fact, a Christian cleric, I don't want to mention his name, it's a bishop, he came on there and said, oh, the former CJ was trying to Islamize Nigeria, he read Sharia law. And in fact, look at the judgment on hijab. Thank God it's no longer there. And I called him and said, don't forget that Supreme Court will have 7 justices sitting on the judgment. Not the CJ alone, but I thought it was part of it. And 5 gave judgment supporting use of hijab in public schools, while 2 gave the same judgment. I think that is number 1. Number 2, the mother of Jesus Christ, Mary, was using hijab. Number 3, 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verses 4 to 5. The Bible says that any woman who prays or prophesies without her head uncovered dishonors her head. Yeah. It's the same. I'm coming. I don't finish. It's the same as if her head is shaven. If the woman will not bear it, if we don't bear it, let her shave her head. But if the woman knows that it is able to be shaven, let her wear a veil. So now, if the Bible says that a woman who prays or prophesies without her head uncovered dishonors her head, or let her shave her head, that means that prayer and using the veil is synonymous. Yeah. Now the Bible is coming, and we are told pray without ceasing. So if you know you must pray every time, you need to use the veil. But the Quran now says, Quran 23:59, that prophets tell your wives and your daughters and your believers' daughters and wives to cover their head.
Yeah, Alaji, I mean,
let's come back to our talking point.
Perhaps yes. It is not every Nigerian that has the privilege to reason this whole thing out. They
are in the scriptures. They are in the scriptures.
No, we understand, but the information that you have, most Nigerians, they don't have it. Now, what we are looking at here is that we are looking at the general polity. We are looking at the average Nigerian on the street, the way they react to issues. And of course, we are beginning to see the reactions now. Now, the reaction now is that a Muslim cannot run. The 2023 presidential election is very close by. We're talking about months from now. So it is not, the time won't be there for the average electorate to know all this information.
Now, you see, let me come. You mentioned some.
That's what we're saying. So we are looking at that choice, as it were, what it portends for the APC, taking in mind taking in mind that Nigeria as it is today now, whether we like it or not, there seems to be a religious Cold War. We cannot deny that. You and I, we cannot deny that there seems to be a silent, very cold religious war that is brewing somehow. So if we have this brewing, if we have this silent just there, can we still afford to go with this kind of choice?
It is not religious Cold War, but religious sentiments and indoctrination. People being misguided, people who are not informed, people not being educated. Some people capitalizing on the ignorance of their followers to mislead them. That is what we have been in Nigeria. The Boko Haram attack, the number of deaths, the casualties of Muslims are more than the Christians. You know, the thing place in Muslim areas. The banditry, kidnapping, Muslims and Christians are victims. Generally, Muslims and Christians live in harmony. The attacks are exceptions. I give my car to a Christian mechanic because he's good. Some Christians will get their megad as a Muslim to guide them. You will not say now that, okay, you open a supermarket, you are a Christian, no Muslim should patronize me. You will not say now that my police station, I'm a Muslim, no Christian should come here. We interact together, we love ourselves. The register of JAMB today, Oloyede, Professor Ishak Oloyede, is a Muslim. Muslims are failing JAMB. Why Christians are failing JAMB? It's not a matter of, oh, the register of JAMB is a Muslim, I must pass. Lecturers teach Christian lecturers teach Muslim children. Muslim lecturers teach Christians. You see, you have Christian students who fail Christian lecturers courses and Muslim students who pass Christian lecturers courses. So we are the ones taking religion out of proportion.
We are
all Nigerians. And we are all human beings from God. You're talking of justice, doing the right thing, not religion. Now back to the issue of a power of incumbency. The last election, President Goodluck Jonathan was in office. He was sitting president. But we were voted out. So power of incumbency means nothing. It is the electorates and mostly Almighty God. You see, when Pharaoh wanted to stop Moses, You know what Pharaoh did? Pharaoh put to death over 70,000 babies. But he took care of Moses in his backyard. Moses fed on his eba, amala, akpu, and gari. And Moses eventually, you see, destroyed his kingdom. So it is power of God. You see, when you belittle Almighty God, you belittle God. You see, when God has decreed, he has decreed. But there is when God decrees, you can resort to prayer. Okay. When you resort to prayer, God can also change his decree. Okay. If God says you will achieve this, and you pray, God can change it. It's only Almighty God, not even the electorate.
All right, now let's take it like this.
Yes.
You know, politics is a game of number.
Yes.
And some people in some quarters felt the Asiwaju Shetima's ticket is a winning formula. Do you share in that thought?
I am not a member of APC. I am not a politician.
But do you think it's a winning formula for them?
It is their own choice. I say I'm not political. They know better. That, oh, these choices we have made will make us to win. They know better. And if they miscalculate, fine. You see football teams.
When you say you are talking about the APC politicians now, the owners of the party. Is that what you're saying?
The APC party that brought out Shetima and Bola Tinubu.
But it seems to be a one-sided decision because we are beginning to see chieftains in the APC. I mean, the vice president is not in tune with that choice. And of course, we understand that major chieftains in the APC are pulling out because of the choice. So it means that Ahmed Bola Tinubu may just be on his own right.
Now, as I said, for those who do not like the choice, they should be celebrating. For those who don't like that choice, they should be celebrating. It is no cause for alarm at all if they make the wrong choice. It's no cause for alarm. I'm not saying this because I'm a Muslim. If you have invited me for a party that are choosing Christian ticket, my reaction will be the same. It will be the same. You see, what really matters is performance and integrity and a lot of other, not necessarily religion.
Okay. All right. So just to let our viewers out there know that we intend to carry you on this talk this morning. So you can send your SMS or your WhatsApp message to 080 24645409. It's going to be on the screen. 08024645409. I repeat, 08024645409. Now we'll quickly take a short pause so that we can bring Dr. Pastor Lugard into the discussion. Please stay tuned.
TMI, every opinion counts.
All right, many thanks for staying with us. If you're just tuning in, you're on to This Morning on ITV, Wednesday morning edition. Joining us in the studio now is Dr. Lugard Sado, a sociologist from the University of Benin. The University of Benin.
Yeah.
Welcome on board.
Thank you very much. Good morning, and thank you for having me.
All right, so we'll be talking about the choice that the APC has just made, choosing its vice presidential candidate in the name of Shetima, Kashim Shetima, now former Borno State Governor. Now, there are reactions and counter-reactions on the choice. And of course, we understand that the Christians in the APC are already threatening to pull out. So the big question is, what does this portend for the APC as the election draws closer?
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Evans, for having me, and once again, good morning, viewers. The APC, in my opinion, have done what they have done based on their assessment of the Nigerian situation. It would appear to me that what Bola Tinubu did is a perfect display of his conviction that Nigeria is Nigerians really may not have a say on who their leaders should be. Having said that, the reactions of the APC members that you have seen so far is not peculiar to Christians, and that's what I like in the whole scenario. There are several northern Muslims who have spoken up and they have reacted vehemently against the choice of a Muslim ticket. And for me, that gives me a lot of consolation that there are true Nigerians who believe in the ideals of a nation, of a true nation, where equality, if you like, equity, fairness, and justice are at its highest, display. What has happened in the APC, I want to say very categorical that it doesn't look like an APC agenda. It looks like a Tinubu agenda, because ultimately the choice of who becomes his running mate was on him. I understand that there were several meetings held, there were several discussions, And in fact, at the moment, only until recently, all the governors in the majority of the governors in the APC were advanced to a Muslim ticket. And in fact, just the first day, about 9 of them met with the president. And you know, the reports that we got are counter, well, if you like, are not direct to the point. While some are insisting that the governors are now in support, 9 governors on the line. Some others are insisting that a good number of the governors are not in support of the choice of a Muslim ticket. Okay. They are really not comfortable with it. Now let's bring it home. I think that the average APC member is very, very uncomfortable with this situation. Not because anybody has a problem with Shettima. If people have problems with Shettima, it will be personal problem. The APC members are worried because this may cast, if you like a lot of dent on the possibility of the retention of power by the political party. And so we can notice that apart from what is happening in the north, there are several southern APC members who are openly resigning their membership, or some of them are pulling themselves out of the presidential campaign. While some of them have decided to remain in the party, a good number of them are saying, I cannot continue to, if you like, to promote this man who does not believe in the ideals of a true united Nigeria. Okay.
All right. Why some are saying it's a winning formula for the APC? Some are actually saying it's not a good signal. What is your view? You know,
in politics there are diverse perspectives. The people who are clamoring that it's a winning strategy that the APC, if you like, have adopted in this case, they are saying so because there is no rationale. There is no rationale behind the choice of a Muslim ticket other than the fact that the primary goal is to win election. And that may be on the false assumption that there are no Christians in northern Nigeria. Because in the words of Ahmed Bola Tinubu, the point he made was very clear that he was going for competence. And that means that in the entire northern states in Nigeria, there are no competent northern APC Christians. That in itself will create a lot of bad blood. Now, so to say that there are no competent northern APC Christians in northern Nigeria would mean that from Sokoto, Kano, Katsina, and all the others put together, you can't find one man.
But Dr. Sado, I think that was also an upheaval attack, attacks now for the APC. Because I remember immediately Bola Ahmed Tinubu was taken as the presidential candidate. Now, it became very, very clear that APC may find it difficult to have a Christian, to deputize for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And of course, eventually it played out.
No. That was never the situation. The truth is that this kind of scenario played out in 2015 when, for instance, Muhammadu Buhari emerged as the APC candidate. The desire was for a southern vice president. And naturally, Bola Ahmed Tinubu's name popped up. The expectation was that Bola Ahmed Tinubu was going to be the running mate to the now president, Muhammadu Buhari. But President Muhammadu Buhari, being a statesman within that context that he is, said no, he cannot go for a Muslim ticket and engaged all odds. It's only until recently now, based on their campaign and anti-campaign, that some stories are now saying that Professor Yemi Osinbajo was not nominated by Asiwaju. But the understanding we had was that since he could not get to Asiwaju, Asiwaju was given the option of producing a southern Christian running mate to Buhari. And at that time, that was how Osinbajo emerged. If Buhari, President Muhammadu Buhari, who is a known Muslim, who has never hidden his intentions of being a Muslim, who parades himself as an obedient and respectful Muslim, can go the extent of inclusiveness to go for a running mate who is a Christian, not just a Christian, a pastor. A pastor. Remember the first time, when in 2011 when he contested, his running mate was also a pastor, Tunde Bakari. So the point I'm trying to make is that Buhari has shown statesmanship. Buhari has shown dexterity and his belief in unifying Nigeria much more than Asiwaju is pretending and present it to Nigeria. Now, Bola, I personally think that what Asiwaju has done is to tell Christians in northern Nigeria that we can win elections without you?
Now, it seems to be very, very confident. I was going through a piece last night where he was trying to reenact the spirit of what happened at the 1993 presidential election.
Of June 12
we had a Muslim ticket. But the big question is, can we still have that scenario? Irrespective of the fact that MK Abiola never became a president, even if he won the election, he was never sworn in as the president. But let's leave that alone now. Let's look at the winning. MK eventually won that election, despite the Muslim ticket. Can we have that same situation in next year's election?
You see, when I read that rejoinder, that's the way I like to put it, I laughed. The MK of 1993 is not the Tinubu of 2022.
And the situation at that time is not the same situation as we have now. Yeah.
The MKO was a sellable name. The MKO was acceptable. The MKO that we know as he is now, Nigerians just wanted a breakthrough, and they needed someone to redeem them, if you like, from military dictatorship. We are not in any military dictatorship as it is now. We have transited from, since 1999 till date, effectively, from one political dispensation to another, so much so that power has even changed hand from a political party to another political party. So the ticket of MKO and Kingibe is not the same as Tinubu and Shetima that we have now. I'll give you just 3 reasons. Number one, Nigeria has never been so polarized as it is now, especially on the basis of ethnicity and religion. And so people are watching very carefully. In fact, there are binoculars viewing this political scenario. There is this fear that there is a move and an attempt to Islamize Nigeria. While Nigeria remains a secular state, and that's why in all my presentations I have given kudos and respect to northern Muslims. I'm not talking of even southern Muslims. To northern Muslims who have said that, look, ab initio, this is a wrong move, and that if there is anything the APC needs to do is to include everyone and ensure that nobody feels threatened or feels marginalized, especially in the wake of the extremists, who I don't consider as Muslims, but they are referred to as Islamic extremists, who are imposing themselves on Nigeria and in Nigeria. And we just saw what took place in Afghanistan very recently, and the way and manner the extremists came and invaded. So there is this, if you like, unspoken fear that is this not an attempt. Let me give you another scenario. As it stands now, the president of Nigeria is a Muslim. You want to go by that? Look at the Senate president, look at the speaker and his deputy. You can go on and on. The APC, the national chairman, you want to look at the national vice chairman, from the north. You want to look at it now, presidential candidate, the president is a Muslim. The vice president is a Muslim. If, for instance, if Tinubu had even picked a northern Muslim, I'm just putting a scenario, a northern Muslim from the northwest, I would have been saying, okay, he wants to win election. If you look at the election dynamics in Nigeria, the states that will give you the pool that you need are in the northwest. Kano State, for example, Katsina, for example, not in the northeast. In the northeast, there are arguably about 50% of the population in the northeast are Christians. Is it Adamawa State you want to talk about? Is it Taraba State you want to talk about? You can Borno State you want to talk about? All of these, and that is where the opposition, one of the opposition parties, Atiku Abubakar, is from. So how much do you think, for instance, the northeasterners in Nigeria are ready to sacrifice the position of presidency?
So you share his thoughts.
Yeah.
You share his thoughts.
Thank you. You see, I maintain my stand over the views I've expressed earlier on. We of Adam Britain, let me add these following points. You see, as I said, the political parties are making plans. They are planning how to win elections, selecting their teams. I start by saying that whoever will rule this country already known to God. That is one. Two, you will not go by religion or sex or tribe to determine who will be the eventual winner. If we are to go by that, we will not have a male president in this country because women are in majority. But you observe each time a woman candidate comes out, women will not even vote for that woman. If the women today decide to say, enough, let them go for the presidency, women will win election, they vote more. and in population, they are more than us in Nigeria. 2, we observed the APC primaries. A Christian cleric participated. Bakari. He had no single vote. 0 vote. So Nigerians are beyond sex, they are beyond religion. Why do you know where there was a pastor? He had no single vote. Are you saying that all those who are that primaries, they are all Muslims? I'm not sure. Now, Buhari is a Muslim, is a president. Now, tell me what an ordinary average Muslim in Katsina has benefited personally. Are they not also suffering bandits and attacks in Katsina City, where the president came from? As if, oh, once I get the president, I will be safe. Now, Osibajo is vice president. Now, as a Christian, tell me what I have gained personally. Osibajo being a vice president, tell me what I have gained. You see, you are going there to work and to serve. We are giving the impression as if, oh, office of president and vice president is to eat money, to loot. So that as the Muslims are eating, let Christians also eat. As they are looting, let us also loot. If you believe they are going there to serve, selfless service, you will not bother who goes there, whether it's a pagan or a Muslim or a Christian. Yeah. No, I'm not true. Yeah. I'm not true. You will not bother who goes to occupy that seat. So we should not try to hit up the polity. We have other parties, and if people have calculated that, okay, generally in the north we have more Muslims than the Christians. Like for Buhari, when he was voting, when he was coming out as military candidate before he was eventually elected, he was taking from the east his running mate. He was taking running mate from the east, and he was having about 2% of votes in the east. So let us play down on religion. Yeah,
as we draw a conclusion.
Yes. So if you have made a wrong choice.
Yeah, as we draw a conclusion on this topic today, remember I said that the 2023 presidential election is going to be a major tax for all of us because the issue is that Nigerians cannot afford to miss it this time. And that's the reason why that all efforts, should be tested. Now, if you take a look at the major issues that happened recently, most especially the attack in Owo, whether we like it or not, a lot of persons may want to reason it that, look, this is an affront on Christianity, so to say. So with all these recent developments, because what we seem to be discussing here seems to be on the ideals, as it were. But most Nigerians don't go by that ideality. They look at the reality on the ground. Alamin allow.
Now, you see, we here should be careful not to send out the wrong signals. Because you and I know that the banditry, the attacks, the kidnapping, even the train attack, Muslims and Christians are victims. So trying to use sentiment to send wrong signals, oh, attack on Noah, well, they are Muslims, it's not true. So we should be careful not to send wrong signals to members of the public out of sentiments. You see, now, especially we are trying to override the polity, and what we are saying, we are not even talking in line with the constitution of Nigeria. It's a different thing that what they have done is unconstitutional. What we need to do, we go to the National Assembly and make a law. There should no longer be Christian ticket or Muslim ticket. Then it becomes a law. Now, let me tell you, we have the president, vice president. Then you have ministers. You have the CJ. You have Senate president. You have other offices. Now, when the president appoints, when he nominates a minister, he goes to the National Assembly. And then he will be screened before it can be appointed by the president. So, if he brings a nominee, you can say, no, he doesn't have good record. You can't go. You can't pass. Get us somebody else. So, if the National Assembly, where we have Muslims and Christians are there, we have other states where we have Christian governors, Muslim governors are there in Nigeria. So, how can anybody be afraid that, oh, if we have a Christian ticket, they will Christianize Nigeria, or if we have Muslim ticket, they will Islamize Nigeria? It's not true. Okay. We should not send wrong signal to the members of the public. Okay. There's no war between Muslims and Christians. Yeah, and we relate very well on cordial relationship. Yeah, Pastor Logan. So if APC choose wrong candidate, that's their own cup of tea.
All right. So Pastor Logan, I'll just give you 1 minute so that you wrap it up now.
Okay, let me just quickly make this clear. The choice of a Muslim ticket, in my opinion, is wrong, and it's an affront against the Christians in Nigeria. And just like the Islamic cleric has said, it's the choice of the APC. It is therefore left for Nigerians to decide who they want to vote for. APC is not the only option. You have PDP, you have Labour Party, and some of these people have presented dual tickets where you have a Muslim Christian and a Christian Muslim. So it is left for Nigerians to decide who they want to vote for. That's number one. Number two, it's easier for us to say that a Muslim ticket is not a bad idea. The question is, are we willing to take a Christian ticket in Nigeria? If that were to pop up, will the average Muslim support that kind of initiative? So we need to put things in perspective. Number three, it's also very important for us to note that Nigeria has been divided on religious ground already. To further, to further slap us on our face and make us look like, I am a Christian, for example. I'm not a politician, but I think that what the APC have done is it's a test on whether there are Christians in Nigeria. It is therefore left for the Christians in Nigeria to determine where their votes will go to, whether they want to give it to a Muslim ticket or give it to a Muslim Christian ticket or a Christian Muslim ticket holder. Finally, I need to state this, that the politicians in Nigeria are taking Nigeria for a ride and Nigerians for a ride. Why do I say this? It is important for us to know that 2023 is about 8 months from now, but there are several other issues that this nation is suffering from. I thought that all the politicians, the candidates from the Labour Party, APC, PDP and all the others should begin to prevail on the current President Buhari to tell ASU to call off their strike by paying off what they owe ASU. I know it is not in our discussion, but it's important for the federal government of Nigeria to pull back our students from the streets, because these students are the ones you want to vote for you, male and female alike, Christians and Muslim alike. And about 5 months going to 6 months, you have kept them at home, and all the president is saying is that beg ASU to resume, when indeed the president has the capacity to meet the demands of ASU, and lecturers will go back to work and business will return as usual. Okay. Thank you.
All right, so not to draw the conclusion, discussion further now, we understand that the president actually gave a charge yesterday that enough is enough. So let's see what goes.
That's the point, sir. Sorry to quote you. The enough is a military language. Something is on the table, we are dialoguing and there is negotiation, and you are threatening people. No, enough is enough. That's a subtle threat from Mr. President.
Anyway, we'll leave that for another discussion some other time. I really want to say a very big thank you to, on behalf of my co-anchor, I want to say a very big thank you to Alhaji Alamin Alao, and of course Pastor Logat Sado, for finding time to come on the show today. Now, we wish to let you know, our viewers out there, that the opinions shared here is entirely the opinion. The opinions, if you like now, of our guests, it does not have anything to do with us here at Independent Radio and Television. As a matter of fact, we do not have opinions on issues. We don't. When the issues break, we give you the opportunity so that you get to hear it from members of the public, how they feel about it all. So that's the reason why that we had to invite Alhaji Alamin Alao and of course Pastor Logan Sado, so that they make their reactions too, just as the way reactions are thrilling the choice of the APC on the Muslim vice presidential ticket. My name is Evan Sunokogi, and on behalf of my co-anchor Daniel Praise,
do have a beautiful day.
All right, so that's how we end the show today, this morning on ITV. The program continues tomorrow. Until then, goodbye and God bless you.